All right, garden update. It's been a while. October of last year, I think, was my last one. I didn't plant anything last winter, which would have been my second winter, so this is my third summer in this area. I didn't plant anything last winter, mostly because of snails and slugs, just overwhelming, just eating everything. And I tried different things, but I just kind of let it go. And I feel like the soil here needed some time to rest, if that makes any sense. Also, this is the beach flats, and I don't know, it's very dynamic and fluid, and so there have been times here and there that it's kind of a little bit more sketchy than other times, and so last winter was one of those times, so I just kind of let it lie for a little while. But now it's summer again, and here, this is a great version of the garden. Always an experiment, and always very new and enlightening. So this is what the garden is looking like this year. Everybody else's plots. This is Poets Park. So you can see there are not a whole lot of plots here, just this circle. Right? And this is my plot. And I've said before, but like just over there, that's the big garden. I'm gonna go row by row, and I've got a little map because a lot went on here. I can do this one from memory. So this rosemary bush was here when I got here. I've cut out half of it at this point, and there used to be some milkweed right there, and I finally took that out. It would just get crazy, like non-native aphids on it, and then eventually ladybugs would come. But then a lady down the street, young lady, and I mean, it's not a bad thing, but she would come and she would literally like cut all of the blossoms off, and she would steal the caterpillars and raise them at home. They have like a daycare or something, so whatever. But I eventually just got rid of it. These are actually green lentils from Trader Joe's, and I had sprouted them enough times at home and eaten the sprouts that I wanted to try it. So I don't know how they'll turn out, but it's pretty cool. They're starting to get some little tendrils and stuff on there. I tried to plant basil here. It never came up. And then I tried to plant some beans, and those never came up either. Then we get to this Mizuna. So this all I wouldn't call it volunteer, but it came from me seeding, letting it go to seed last year, and then me moving a bunch of soil around, and I've already torn a bunch out, but you can see there's that one. These are starting to bolt. It's got hot all of a sudden. Some more there. So it's just everywhere. Almost everything this year is from seed, either seed that I got from my own plants, or seed that I got from my buddy Dan, or volunteer, or whatever. So I did buy a few things. So I bought these peppers. So I think that's jalapeno. This is a Thai pepper or a chili. And then this is a serrano that someone left because they had enough, I guess. So I planted this one. And you can see also there's cilantro everywhere as well. Where can we find more? Oh yeah, right here. There's some. Where else? There's some here. Alright. I actually tried to plant okra here, and it didn't work out. And I tried to plant a bean here, and that didn't work. So I just planted the peppers. I don't know what this is, but it seems pretty hardy, whatever it is. I'm thinking it's going to be a tree of some sort. So I planted 5 different kinds of corn, and I wrote them down. I have a little map that I'm referring to here. So let's look at that. Come to the day, we can rock another show. If I sing it to the choir, then you already know. So these are, oh, well, I guess that's actually 6 kinds of corn. And I planted them in groups of 2. Let's see, there's some of them. So anyway, these are all the ones, right? So some golden bantam sweet. I got all these from my buddy Dan White. These are mystery ones. They might be the same as one of the other ones. What's that say? Hooker Sweet Indian Corn. Can you see it? Glass Gem Corn. It's all corn. And Maize Morado. That's a nice purple, big purple one. Oh, and then these, yeah, that was a nice purple one.
Because these almost died.
Right.
Now you see how, but this, I think it's too hard. The soil.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
too hard and very poor.
All right. Anyway, that was the corn. I just went and talked to Francisco a little bit, and so like a lot of the corn that I planted, it didn't come up the first time, so that's why I got these small ones. So I tried reseeding, but you can see the big ones and whatever. Anyway, so this is arugula. In this row, I planted arugula and collards and then flowers over here. And not really any of the flowers came up, but then all this other stuff came up. So obviously, if you look over here, well, if you look over here, you can't really see it, but there's a ton of tomatillos. That's like part of the culture, the garden culture here. And so as time goes on, I just get these masses of tomatillos that come up. And last year I had enough that I was able to make salsa verde a couple times, which is super cool. And so I just let them go now. And there's not really any rhyme or reason to it. Like I said, here's some cilantro. I have all these volunteer tomatoes. I'm fairly certain they're all of the same variety, which is like a small yellow cherry tomato that came up in my yard at home, and then in my compost it ended up coming out in here, and since I moved soil around, like now it's everywhere. I also have used a bunch of different compost